Okay. All right. Hi, I'm trying a new experiment, which is live streaming to YouTube. So we'll see how it goes. I think that it's working right now. I think that I figured it out, but please let me know if it's not working. Um, yeah. Okay. So today I wanted to give you just a little tutorial about Warrior Two. And so there are so many different ways you can use every yoga pose. And that is something I find really powerful and that I love playing with because I absolutely love the variety and I love the creativity and the innovation of being able to do many different things with every pose. But one thing that I'm kind of a stickler about is I want to know what the functional purpose of the pose is before anybody asks me to do it, or the functional purpose of the practice. So in this practice, we're going to be playing around with Warrior Two. I just started. Sorry about that. I just started hearing myself in YouTube, so I put the volume down. Hopefully everything's still working. Let me just check Zoom. Sorry, this is the first time I've done this, so I apologize for the delay. Okay, it looks like it's good. All right, so let's see, where was I? I was talking about the functional purpose of the pose, right? So I want to know why I'm doing something. So I was taking a class recently. I took a class online. It was a lovely class. It was, very flowy and kind of fun. But there was no functional rationale for anything that we did. Like we would just start doing breath of fire in the middle of a pose. And I didn't know why we were doing that, So I want to know why we're doing something. And also I want to make something really clear here, which is that there is a big difference between choreography and sequencing. Big difference. And a lot of the classes that are popular right now and have been popular for about more than 20 years are these flowy classes. And they're like dancing and you get some nice music going. You're kind of moving your body around. It's dancing. Choreography is fine. It's great if you want to dance. Dancing's great. Yoga is different. And sequencing, understanding how to put postures together, understanding how to do breathing with postures is an art and a science. That's quite different than the art of choreography. They're just different things. So when you understand how to do asanas with sequencing, with breath, you can create a shift in the nervous system. And you can start to create neuroplastic changes to the nervous system if you do it over time. That to me is really interesting. And it leads me to a deeper understanding and a deeper desire to share how yoga can benefit your physiology and build resilience in your nervous system. So that's why I'm so enthusiastic about this way of practicing. So today I would like to show you a Warrior Two practice that we're going to be doing to one, feel a sense of expansion in the central channel, so a lengthening of this energetic channel. And two, to create a little sense of energy in the system, which is a good thing to do first thing in the morning, right? So I don't know where you are. If you're not doing this first thing in the morning, try it tomorrow. So let's get started. So for this pose, we're going to take a wide stance, comfortable wide stance. It doesn't have to be the widest stance because you haven't done it. I would usually prepare you before we do a posture like this, right? So turn the left foot out, turn the right toes in. And then we're going to mindfully bend and straighten the left knee. Now, one of the things that happens a lot for folks is the knee goes in, and then it creates a lot of stress into both the inner and the outer part of the knee. So you want that knee to track over the second and third toe. That's useful. Another thing that often happens here is people jut their hip out and then bend the knee, and then you get this kind of back bendy lateral thing. That's not what we're going for. The functional purposes get longer. And even more helpful here is starting to notice from the waist down, when you bend the knee, there's a downward moving energy. The energy moves down here. Do you feel that? Which is good. That's what it's supposed to do. It's grounding. And then we can add something different. We can add an opposite energy of lifting the arms as we bend the knee and breathing in. Then we get a lengthening of the spine. It's different, right? And so this gives us an opportunity to optimize that central channel energy, to use the breath to create more space in the respiratory structures, in the which include the spine, more space in the spine. And also we can add a little pause at the top of the breath to give us a little punch. It just gives you a little more, not caffeine, but a little nourishing. Well, maybe a little maybe green tea, not coffee. Okay, that's what we're going for here. So the hands can start on your legs. As you inhale, bend your left knee. Rise up. Let the arms rise up. Let the ribs rise up out of the hips. Exhale, float back down. Let's do it again. Inhale, bend the left knee. And exhale, float back down. I'm going to do 2 more times. And my arms are a little bit higher than my shoulders. The yoga police don't like that, but there's nothing wrong with it. And then stay. And as you exhale, then maybe the arms settle in a little more regular place. So another big problem that a lot of people have is that they do an anterior rotation of the pelvis, right? You want to pull that stuff in, make the spine longer. So as you inhale, lift the ribs up out of the hips, makes your spine longer. As you exhale, draw the belly in. As you inhale, lift the ribs out of the hips, make the spine longer. Pause for 1 or 2 counts. Exhale, draw the belly in. By the way, you could do that while you're moving too. We'll try it on the other side that way. Inhale, 1 or 2 counts. Let's do 1 more breath. Legs are grounding. Upper body's expanding. Exhale, release down. Turn the feet so they're both facing the same direction. What do you think? How do you feel right now? You can wiggle and jiggle a little. Okay, turn your right foot towards the right. Turn your left toes in. And we're going to do the same thing. Bend and straighten the right knee. And then get your arms in on the action. So as you inhale, bend the right knee. Arms lift, exhale, flip back down. Make sure that knee's going over the second and third toe. Inhale, bend the right knee, arms lift. Pause 1 or 2 counts. Good. Do it again. 1 or 2. And then this time we'll stay in the pose. So as you exhale, you may choose to bring your arms a little more neutral. Belly draws in. So as you inhale, ribs lift up out of the hips. Exhale, draw the belly in. You can always turn your head. That's nice. I'm just looking at the camera. That's why I decided not to turn my head. I could turn my head the other way too. That would be interesting, right? There's so many different ways you can work with poses. So my legs are grounding. My breath is lifting, pausing a little bit. Let's do 1 more. Make that spine long. And then as you're ready, release your hands down, turn your feet so they're both facing the same direction, and walk your feet back towards each other. Give yourself a little wiggle and jiggle, shake it out, and take a moment to find your breath. And just notice. That was so simple. And you may also feel a little bit of a sense of energy in your body, I hope, right now. So I love teaching this stuff. I love sharing how to bring breath into movement. Deep gratitude to my main teacher who really helped me to understand this, who's Gary Krafsow, Vini Yoga. So I would love to share more with you. I'm going to try and share videos every Wednesday on YouTube Live if I can figure out the tech. And also on Wednesdays, 9:30 a.m. Eastern Time, I live stream every Wednesday to my group, which is called the Subtle Yoga Resilience Society. If you want to find out more about that, go to subtleyoga.com. All the information is there. And thank you so much for joining me. Namaste.